So travel has surprises, has hassles and all the rest. And I want to get the bad news out of the way first. The United Kingdom has just announced, with almost no advance notice, that starting the first week of January, Americans are going to have to buy an electronic visa ahead of time for entering the Great Britain. And the fees are going to be pretty reasonable at first. Who knows what they'll be eventually. The upside is that with this electronic advance registry, it means that entering the United Kingdom will be typically a lot easier, that Americans will now be able to go through electronic entry gates in most United Kingdom airports most of the time. So you'll just, instead of having who knows how long immigration line with your, I don't know if they're calling it an ETSA or an ETA or whatever, there are these different terms countries are using around the world. But you will register, purchase it, it'll issue to you, and then you'll be able, in theory, to be in the country from when you land and get to immigration in just a couple of minutes going through the electronic gate. Europe is, because Britain's no longer part of the EU, but the rest of the EU itself, sometime in 25, not determined yet, is also going to require electronic travel authority thingy in order to be able to enter. Hopefully it will also get you through immigration a lot quicker in the EU. We'll see with that. The other thing is, in the United States, almost 20 years delayed, Real ID is really finally going to be required for travel in 25. And this document, the Real ID, is a symbol that goes on your driver's license. In the upper corner, most states it's a star. Some states have a star with another symbol that's particular to that state. But it means that they've done, you've provided supporting documentation to your state that verifies you are who you say you are, and that you really have a legal right to have a driver's license in the United States, blah, blah, blah. And that's going to be required. And as an alternative, you'll be able to present a passport at the TSA station checks. Now, also, more and more states now have electronic driver's licenses. And I have one. I have my actual driver's license and I have my electronic. So I've had the option for months to be able to use my electronic one, and none of the airports participating have I managed to go through a security line where I could use my electronic driver's license. But it's going to become common that you won't have to fish out your driver's license anymore, and you're going to see that becomes steadily an easier thing with TSA around the country, that you'll just use your phone and, like you do tap to pay if you use Apple Pay or Google Wallet, that you'll be able to tap your driver's license, bam, they'll know who you are, and you're good to go. And passports, speaking of electronics, I am so excited about this. A few months ago, I told you that there was an experiment going on, and each day there were a certain number of spaces that were open for a pilot program where a lot of travelers, when their passport needed renewal, would no longer have to fill out paperwork. You could go online and do a streamlined application and send it in. Just pay your fees on there, you're done. Well, now it's past pilot, and most travelers now with a renewal passport will qualify for, and there's not going to be where you have to get on there so many spaces a day or anything like that. You'll just be able to renew that passport online, which is so much easier.